everyone, it's Noah, and welcome to the iHollywood television show. Well, Ghostface is back in a new movie titled Scream 7. It stars our friend Neve Campbell as we learn more on where Sidney Prescott is at in her life all these years later. But we all know what happens next. A new Ghostface killer emerges. So here is what you can expect in Scream 7.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
Ghostface is back, and Scream 7 it visits the nostalgia of the original, and it has the pulse of the new generation.
Sidney, when she started out, she was young, she was vivacious, excited about life, had gone through some hardship, and obviously is faced with huge challenge and finds her footing as a survivor as opposed to a victim. And now in this film, she's found happiness. She's found she's created a family, has children, has motherhood, has found peace, and then of course chaos finds her.
Tatum is in high school and is the same age that Sidney was in the original film. She's trying to figure out who she is in the world, but she feels like she doesn't have the relationship she wishes she had with her mother. She's heard stories about her mother's past from other people, but never from her mother directly, so she's in the dark in a lot of ways.
The thing that makes this movie so special for me is that Neve Campbell has come back in a big way. In this movie, this is about Sidney. It's really about Sidney Prescott. What would happen if she had a daughter that was exactly the same age as she was when this all started back in 1996, and what relevance that would have with her? She's been pursued by a series of killers throughout her entire life, and how does that affect her mothering her child, and how does she parent? And I think that's what we explore in the film.
Hello?
Hello, Sidney. Did you miss me?
Mark, my character, he's a sheriff and he's tough and he's really good at what he does, but I think he is absolutely, he's so in love with Sidney and enamored by her, and he would do anything for her. So our relationship, in this is the first time my character has experienced a crazy guy in a mask coming at him with a knife and trying to kill them. You get thrown into this horror roller coaster that you're like, imagine if this was real life. How would you react, and what would you do? And you would do everything to save your family.
Working with Neve Campbell was definitely a bucket list sort of thing. It's a pinch me moment. She's iconic, but also just a sweet, kind, lovely human being who really took me under her wing.
Working with Isabel's been amazing. She's a phenomenal actress, and it's been really fun to have her character introduced into the film and have Sidney have this incredible relationship with her mom. Incredible and complicated relationship with her daughter. It's certainly challenging for her not to live in fear of danger coming towards her family. And you really see the sort of the mother bear come up in Sidney.
Sidney Prescott desperately wants to protect her children, and she wants to keep her daughter from having to sort of experience what she experienced. She wants a different life for them. And so when, Ghostface comes calling, Sidney has to become the warrior that she's, that we all know her to be. And not only that, she has to teach her daughter what it means to be a warrior and a survivor.
As soon as I was doing these auditions, it was with Kevin, so I knew kind of straight away, instantly, that he was going to be directing this thing, and it's just an amazing full circle moment, I guess, for the whole franchise, but for him to be, steering the whole ship of this Scream franchise, to be directing this Scream 7, it's really special. I mean, he knows these characters more than anyone else. It's unparalleled, him directing this thing to anyone else, so it feels incredible to be a part of that. It's special for sure.
I was so excited when we got Kevin on board. I had actually been speaking with Gary Barber and William, our co-producers, and we made the decision that Kevin was the best choice for this, so I got to ask him, which was an amazing feeling, because I know he's been wanting to do this for years, and I've always thought it would be a wonderful thing to have Kevin direct. So it's been incredible. He's a dear friend. I love him to death. He knows these characters and these films better than anybody. So it's been so nice to have him at the helm.
I love the horror genre. I loved it since I was a little kid. And I think scary works so well for an audience. I think we love to go into the dark and be scared. And I just think it's such a roller coaster ride. I think nothing's better than a really good horror film.
Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door. Shoot him now! Do it now!
It is going to be so good. Are you ready to watch this, you guys? Well, coming up next, we hear from the entire cast as they share their thoughts on being part of a franchise that is 30 years old. That is next after the break. Welcome back. We are taking a deeper dive into Scream 7 as it hits theaters on February 27th. You know, we had the chance to speak with the entire cast here at iHollywood TV about this new installment in the franchise, and well, here is what they told us.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother!
It's been really incredible. I am a very, 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 very big Scream fan. It's probably like top 3 favorite movies of all time, the first one. I'm a massive fan. I work a lot of Comic-Cons, and I've snuck into Scream cast like photo ops. So before coming here, I already had taken pictures with everybody. I'm just feel like a giddy fan that snuck onto set. It's ridiculous. I'm obsessed. So it's been very surreal, much less to have Kevin directing this. Has been such an insane experience. He's so nice. He's so kind. Such a fun director to have. He has such a lovely energy, especially like for somebody who's been doing this for so long and has as much experience as he has. I mean, it's always crazy to be around somebody who created something that you've watched over and over and over and over throughout your life and created something so iconic.
It's been really fun working with a group of younger actors. You know, it's so funny. We're always like the kids, but they're not kids, like they're all in their 20s. But everybody is really perfectly cast for their roles and everyone really wants to be here. And it just feels like everyone feels lucky to be a part of this film in such a very special way. Because it is such an iconic franchise to be a part of.
I think that people will be really surprised and really happy with the way that this film specifically ties so many of the other Scream films together. It does such a great job really bringing so many elements from the franchise into one awesome movie. And I think that you should see this in theaters because this is a movie that's made to be seen in a movie theater, so you gotta get out and see it in a movie theater. Or Ghostface is gonna get you.
It's really exciting to see how Sidney's life has affected her entire family. I think that that's something that's going to affect people in a very emotional way that maybe they're not expecting when they're going to see a horror film. So it's really cool to see just that parent-child dynamic, mother-daughter dynamic is really, really cool. And I think that they're also, like, all of the deaths in this movie are top-notch, horrifying.
Working with Courtney, especially in this new narrative landscape, because Chad now works along with his sister under the umbrella of Courtney's expertise in the journalistic professional line of work. And I've gotten to understand that she is the most giving, most considerate, and thoughtful person I've had the pleasure of, sitting across a green room with. The charisma and energy she brings to a scene is just truly who she is. And a lot of those compliments could easily be leveled at Neve as well, who is, as I've stated before, the godmother of the genre. She's incredibly understanding as far as how the narrative has changed over the course of, decades, and has allowed her performance to kind of be incited by that.
It's been really great to reunite with Courtney again. We love working with each other. We were saying the other day, we can't believe it's been 30 years. It's just so crazy. And The dynamic between the two has always been a lot of fun, their love-hate relationship. And we get to see more of that in this one, although now they're more bonded as older women who've journeyed through a lot together. Gail always brings the humor to these films in a lot of ways, and strength.
I love this franchise. I love Mason. I am so excited and honored to be working with Kevin and the whole new gang, to have Neve back, to work with Courtney, to work with Joel. It's just so much fun.
I'm excited for audiences to meet a whole cast of new characters. I think all of us are really unique and beautiful and special. I'm excited for all of the deaths that you guys are gonna see in this movie. They're really gruesome and really epic, but just know that they were made with love.
Oh boy, be sure to grab the popcorn and all of your favorite snacks as the scares return with Scream 7. Up next, the cast celebrates how Scream continues to resonate with audiences years later. Come on back after this. Spanning 3 decades, the Scream franchise has evolved from a 90s slasher classic into a long-running series with 7 movies as of 2026, plus a television series maintaining popularity with its meta-horror commentary. Today, the cast from Scream 7 is sitting down with us to share how all 7 movies over the years have left an impact on audiences all across the country. Take a look at this.
I think Ghostface is such an iconic horror villain because it could be the person that is closest to you. It could be your lover, your foe, your best friend. So, you're always at risk being betrayed by the person you care about most.
Scream is, in a lot of ways, the brainchild of Kevin Williamson. To watch that leap from page into the direction of the world has been as creatively satiating as you would expect. Kevin has a grasp on the narrative that, because it came from his understanding of domesticated horror, which he started, by the way, that means any question you have has an answer that is wrought with history and general character understanding that I don't know if there was anyone else outside of maybe the late Wes Craven who could offer such insight. He is very good at being an understanding and creatively engaging director that I hope, if he'd like to do more, that he sticks around.
Everyone wants their things to be successful and to make a hit. To do it once is almost impossible. To do it for 30 years, there's only the handful of franchises that have continued in that time or in the same amount of time you can probably count them on one hand. There is something about Ghostface and these combination of actors, and you just never know when magic is going to come together, and it helps that you get creative geniuses around and they come up with something that everybody loves.
It's been really fun for me to see these films continue to bring in young audiences, and that people, even the younger kids, are still just as enamored by these films or have just as much fun with these films. They've been watching them all. They're not just connecting to the most recent. They're not just connecting to the younger characters. They're really engaging in the journey of all the characters, and that's been really fun to see.
I think with a Scream film, you're taken on a roller coaster ride. It's comedy, it's drama, it's horror, it's blood, it's guts, it's jump scares, it's set pieces. I think we kind of have it all.
I think Sidney and Tatum's characters are very similar. I think Tatum is pretty guarded. She's pretty guarded. She's pretty closed off, and I think that same quality of being guarded is the thing that, she hates about her mom. It's interesting It's interesting to see that kind of push and pull between those two characters who are very similar and who want to connect but don't really know how to be vulnerable or intimate with each other.
When this franchise began, Scream 1, and Sidney Prescott was Tatum's age now. She was 17 years old. And so this is an interesting, you're kind of bringing, it's a bit nostalgic, you're bringing the past back and away and connecting it with present day. Sidney's a mother now, but she's also watching her own child sort of experience what she experienced 30 years ago.
Isabel May is such a terrific actress. When we were casting Tatum, I wanted someone that rich, that had that much more, that emotional life that just sort of like leaped out of her. She has so much depth, so much heaviness, so much seriousness. She was very much Sidney Prescott's daughter.
I had the best time working with Neve Campbell. I've always been a huge fan of hers, obviously from the Scream movies, but also just she's an incredible actress, incredible person. She has a really interesting quality. I think that's why this character is so iconic and people gravitate towards Sidney Prescott is because of Neve Campbell. She's got this really raw, sort of fascinating depth and vulnerability to her, and then on top of it she's got this really great strength, and I think that sort of runs toe to toe with the character and with the actress.
Nothing is ever easy in a Scream film, and I think for Gail and Sidney, their relationship, it's built on their past, and so I love their relationship because it is sort of a push-pull. It is sort of, it's not easy, it's not without its strife, and they fight and they bicker and they argue and they disagree, but they also have a great care and love and trust for one another, and I just love them as, I love their sisterhood in this franchise.
These movies are so much fun to see in the theater. When the first one came out, people were going back 10, 20, 30 times. They're just, it's exciting and fun and a roller coaster and funny and scary, and those kinds of emotions are a lot more fun to experience in a group.
Horror is my favorite genre, so I could talk ad nauseum about how the communal experience of seeing something exciting and exhilarating in a theater is integral to the experience itself. And Scream has the added layer of being a murder mystery whodunit, which for an actor is really gratifying because it means every piece of your performance gets picked apart to determine whether or not you're a serial killer. And to watch that with an audience, you actually feel the energy of discovery amongst the people you're watching it with. It ultimately is why I go to the theater, is to have that shared experience, and horror, Scream facilitates it perfectly and executes it just right every time.
Scream's such an amazing film. It's like, it's got the jump scares, it's got the blood. If you go there on a date, if you go there for whatever other reason to see it with your friends or whatever, it's just a really exciting film to watch at the theater, yeah. In the dark, with popcorn.
We cannot wait to see Ghostface once again on the big screen with all of our favorite stars in this new film, Scream 7. Well, coming up next, we wrap up our special look at Scream 7 with a deeper conversation with Isabel May, Neve Campbell, and Kevin Williamson. That is next. More in a moment. Welcome back, guys. Well, before we go, we have time for one more conversation with Isabel, Neve, and Kevin as they joined us to talk more in depth about the story of Scream 7. Check this out.
We find Sidney in a small town called Pine Grove. She has had the courage to have a family, which I think is a pretty bold choice for her, considering she's happily married and she has 3 children, and we find her the mother of a teen daughter. Sidney has tried really hard to not have Tatum know much about her life. It's not something that she wants to bring into this portion of her life, and yet, of course, because we're making a movie, chaos ensues, and her biggest nightmare comes true, which is that a Ghostface killer comes after her and her daughter.
You have an actress of Neve's talent that she can actually create this character that would last for all these years. I mean, I think it's a testament to her acting, and you know, and who doesn't want to root for the final girl? You know, she's so grounded, and she's so believable, and she's so real, and she's so warm, and I just think that I hope the audience has fallen in love with her the way I have, and so I just, you know, she's the final girl.
That was heaven. I love Kevin. See what I did there? He's been a dear friend for 30 years, and he knows these characters better than any of us. I mean, he was the brainchild for these films and has always wanted to direct one. I can't really think of why he hasn't, and so I was really happy that we finally got to invite him in to direct, and I was like, oh, I hope he does a good job. I hope he does a good job. And he's done an incredible job. He's really done it.
Really
we watched the movie the other day, and I was like, yes, yes, Kevin West would be so proud.
I mean, it's crazy. I've never been involved in something like this. Obviously, it's a dream come true. I'm super grateful. But not only that, because I get to work with Neve and Kevin, which is, I always have said, you know, they're icons in their own right, but together, it's like, wow, that's wild. And so it kind of feels like also connecting with the original film in a way, because you have, you know, the source of all of this. So it's been a dream come true to be a part of it.
You know, every franchise has its thing. You know, Halloween has Michael Myers, and Friday the 13th has Jason, and we have Ghostface. But what's unique about Ghostface is there's someone different under that mask every single time. And so there's a new killer with a new motive, and I think that keeps it keeps the audience on its toes a little bit, and I think it helps create a fresh story, and that's sort of the fun of Scream, if you will.
I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of a franchise at all. There's such a rarity to be able to play Sidney Prescott for a span of 30 years and have her grow and overcome many trials and tribulations and become who she is, and to see a character who's had an effect on people, on the fans, and that people come up to me and say, oh, Sidney's changed my life, or she's given me courage, or she helped me overcome something. We never expect as actors that might occur, and certainly with a horror film, it's not something I expected, but to see that it's had that kind of impact. But also, they're just really fun films. They're really fun, they're really scary, they're groundbreaking, and they were groundbreaking, and still I feel every time we do it, we find something new. So it's a blast.
Hopefully they'll expect some jumps, some scares, some humor, some emotion. You know, this is the 30-year anniversary of Scream 1, and we wanted to sort of do some callbacks, and we wanted to sort of give it some Wes Craven vibes, and because he was my hero, and make it a little nostalgic, but also have the relevance of a modern film with Isabel May and the young cast, and that's all new and exciting, and just sort of blend it all together and just sort of give the audience a thrill ride, you know, and just put them on that roller coaster, let them go.
Well, be sure to check out Scream 7 in theaters once again on February 27th. This is a movie you have to see on the big screen with a group of people so everyone can feel all the scares together. Well, I have one last thing to share with all of you. One of the OGs of the Scream franchise called up with us to share her excitement on the Scream 7 movie, and I am talking about the one and only Courteney Cox. Here is our quick carpet interview with her that I had to share with you to complete this episode. Take a look at this.
I love Scream in general. This one's incredibly scary and heartfelt. It's got everything. Ghostface just gets worse and worse every single installment. I would say just seeing the Sidney Prescott come back and with her daughter, which is a really, intense. She named her daughter Tatum. I mean, there's some stuff gonna happen. It's pretty scary. I love coming back to this franchise. It's been so many years, and I've done 7 of them, and getting an interview with Sidney Prescott is kind of everything.
thanks to all the Scream fans for watching this special episode on iHollywood TV as we celebrate another movie in the Scream franchise. Let us know in the comments how excited you are for Scream 7 and if you'll be going to see it on opening weekend. We hope to see you all back for another behind-the-scenes episode on iHollywood TV real soon. Until then, bye for now.